is that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada. Une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, just do it. Faites-le. Fox 40, celebrating more than a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year Award Program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport. Veriburn, medical supply partner of varsity athletics since 1979. Partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues du championnat U-Sport. By Bell, presenting partner of this U-Sports championship. Fier partenaire de ce championnat U-Sport. And by Protocase, proud title partner of the 2023 U-Sports Men's Soccer Championship. Et par Protocase, fier partenaire en titre du championnat de soccer masculin U-Sport de 2023.
Number 5, Chris Arlino. Number 6, Vaughn Bianchi. Number 10, Christian Zepier. Number 11, Tyler Aterdo. Number 19, Maverick Wright. Number 20, Agostino Prince Tatum. Number 26, Isaac Bradbury. And number 23, Jordan Hendricks, with head coach Charm Azako. Starting lineup for St. FX University. Goalkeeper Samuel Diltz. Number 2, Jack Kennedy. Number 15, Damian DeDecker. Number 16, Max Badertha. Number 21, Louis Dye. Number 5, Luke Green. Number 19, Samuel Barracliff. Number 9, Isaac Van Wyschen. Number 10, Kyle Codero. Number 7, Logan Rick. And number 11, Cam Shaw, with head coach Graham Kennedy. Your referee for today, Scott Decker. Linespersons, Brian Novogradel, Brad Dobro, and Nikki Jelonsky.
From one small building in downtown Sydney offering 8 courses to one of Atlantic Canada's most innovative and vibrant universities, no matter where you started or where you finished, you are all part of CBU's alumni family and making a difference across the globe. And as alumni, we are proud, we persevere, and we never forget our roots. Together, we are always orange.
Hey you sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome to the 2023 Proto KCU Sports Men's Soccer Championship, presented by Bell from Cape Breton University in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And it's our consolation final here this afternoon, featuring the 8th seed York Lions and the 2nd seed and Atlantic University Sport champions CBC X-Men. And the X-Men, again, were seeded 2, coming off an upset AUS championship over the host Cape Breton University Capers, but ran into a bit of a buzzsaw on quarterfinal Thursday in the UBC Thunderbirds, and that moved them to the consolation bracket. York gave up a late goal to Mount Royal on Thursday night. That was the difference in that one and put them in the consolation bracket. So a good matchup here coming up. And for two players in this one, it's been more than 20 years in the making. So a little story here before we start, and a really nice one. Von Bianchi is a senior. His final varsity game today, number 6 for the York Lions. And Jack Kennedy from the Santa Fe X-Men, number 2. They started school together in Calgary, kindergarten at St. Jude Elementary. And they shared their passion for soccer, started playing then. Jack always toted a ball and pylons to school because they had some time in the morning and recess and after school. And Jack's mom, Joni, told me that the two youngsters were just obsessed with the game and continued playing, of course, through their young years. There's Jack Kennedy, of course, the coach's son, Graham, his dad, and Joni, his mom, a school teacher. She was their teacher, actually, in kindergarten as well, as we're underway here. So this is the final varsity game for both and the first time that they've played against each other. So a great feel-good story to start this one. Vaughn graduated last spring with an engineering degree, and this spring from Santa Fe, Jack will graduate with a finance and economics degree. And to kind of put a bow on it here, we'll say a big hello to Vaughn's parents, Anita and Chris, who are watching online from Calgary. So again, a big hello to them. And I know they're cheering for the Lions, but also for Jack. And now here come the Lions early on, a chance. And Bianchi almost had a scoring opportunity there. Wouldn't that have been fitting if he opened the scoring? Right. Lays it off far side. York, as you see in their white and red trim, the X-Men in their blue and white trim. Ramirez. Back to Carbone, who gets the start. He started in the quarterfinal. Then we saw Pantaleo yesterday with a big victory. But back to Carbone for this consolation final. Samuel Diltz has started all the way for the X-Men. De Decker, who's had a fine tournament, now back to Dye, the captain of the X-Men, and Badurtha. Nice ball there by Rick, the second team All-Canadian. The X-Men again feature the All-Canadians, Rick and Kyle Credero, the AUS MVP, a first-team All-Canadian. Here's Bianchi against his childhood friend Jack Kennedy there one-on-one. And still keeping it in. Diltz finally out to grab it, basically off the foot of the Lion attacker there. So some action early on, first couple of minutes. Lions have threatened on a couple of occasions. looking to get their first regulation goal of the tournament. They won yesterday in penalty kicks. Against Les Patriots of UQTR. Nice ball there, feathered forward by Cordero. Rick, the two call Canadians combined. Actually, that was green for the X-Men. Offside flag goes up. They're going to say Cordero was in early as he went after that ball by Cam Shaw. And now back to the attack for the Lions. Bianchi couldn't come up with that one. Good turn there by Van Wyschen. The AUS Rookie of the Year, National All-Rookie Team member. Badurtha. Dye, again, the veteran X-Men captain in his last varsity action as well. Rick couldn't come up with it, was taken from him. Nice play there by Principato. And now the Lions reload. Scoreless here early, 4 minutes in. Now Carbone. Ramirez, Calvin Ramirez, who's been rock solid all weekend for the Lions. Stellar defender, and we've seen a lot of great play from defenders here this weekend, and now he and Carbone play catch. Rick decides to put at least a little pressure on along with Shaw, and you see the wind caught that a little bit, although it's just flickering here at Ness Timmins Field. Another for Remembrance Day in Cape Breton for the weather to be like this. 6-7 degrees, no precipitation. It just was a fabulous way to celebrate our veterans here this morning, of course, at the 11th day of the 11th hour. Different outdoor celebrations of remembrance. As you see DeDecker, and if you're getting ready to do the same across the country and enjoy those, and we remember as well here on this telecast. And now back to Carbone. Molino, and Molino gets chopped down by Shaw, and it might be a booking for Shaw here, or at least talking to from our referee Scott Decker, and that's what it's going to be, a warning. Brad Dobro, Brian Novogradzik are the lines people. Nico Jakanski is our fourth official here for this consolation final, our lone match for today. Of course, tomorrow is Championship Sunday here in Sydney. It'll be a Canada West battle of the two finalists in our bronze medal matchup, the UBC Thunderbirds and the Mount Royal University Cougars. And in our gold medal game, it'll be Les Carabins de Montréal against the host Cape Breton University Capers, and they certainly have a history at nationals with some great matchups over the years, and we expect the same from both matches tomorrow. But first things first, plenty to go here in this, what should be an evenly matched consolation final. Now Shaw in behind the D. Shaw. They're going to say play on, Scott Decker. Molino was tracking Shaw. Shaw wanted a call, but I think Decker's saying that Shaw may have gone down a little too easily. Now Carbone. Carbone. His second start of the national tournament, lays it off for Ramirez. Ramirez. Carbone. Patience here by the Lions. X-Men starting to come up and press a bit. Bianchi. Up the gut. Good feed there. Finds his man Bradbury. The X-Men turn it over. Now it's Shaw. Lays it off Rick. Nice ball there for Van Wyschen. And from behind, it's knocked off his foot. So good defending once again by the Lions. And this scoreless start to this one, 8 minutes in. Some fans for both sides here. Of course, the X-Men always travel well. And of course, only plenty of alumni here at Cape Breton, and plus the university only a couple of hour car ride away as Bianchi lays it off. But unable to get good wood on it, if you will, there was Molino. And the X-Men try to bring it the other way. Good work there by Wright to intercept that one. Maverick Wright, the freshman. Attardo. Lost in the middle now in Dye. Dye again, the veteran, Fall River, Nova Scotia. Rick. There's Jack Kennedy. Finds Rick. Rick, second team All-Canadian. Tries to feather it forward to Kennedy. Good defending there once again by Molino. And now the Lions look to get off to the races. Bianchi taken away by his buddy Kennedy. But they're going to say Kennedy was out to touch. They'll stay with the Lions, throw in the X-Men zone. Good first touch there with the chest by Attardo. And he'll use Ramirez, and now Molino. Trying to give and go with Bradbury, but that was intercepted. Good work by DeDecker. DeDecker, Van Wyschen. Flag doesn't go up. Having to hold up a little bit to stay on side there. And done well on that occasion. And that was Arrowcliffe, who had big goal for the X-Men yesterday. Now Bedurtha. Some room here. Kennedy brings it to the middle, knifes it forward for Rick, who couldn't calm it down. Just a reminder, this weekend it's also the 2023 U Sports Women's Soccer Championships, taking place, hosted by Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. You can watch live on CBC Gem and CBCSports.ca. Bianchi now. And it bangs off the first team All-Canadian Cordero. So the Lions backed to the offense. Scramble there, and Bedurtha calmly clears it. Molino settles it. Lovely first touch there. Now it's right. Bianchi. Stripped there. DeDecker. But he had no one heading to the corner there. I think you see Shaw just kind of let's be a little more patient here. Molino now. Carbone. Some room for Wright. Wright takes some real estate, lays it off to Bradbury. Molino, I'm sorry, trying to get Bradbury there. That was Principato with the previous play. 20, not 26. X-Men up pressing now. Bianchi. Bianchi corrals it. Nifty little move there by Principato. Ahead, trying to send his mate Attardo away. Great defense there by Dye. He lost it out of bounds, but it'll be a throw-in. But again, great defending, preventing that cross. And there you get a good look at Cam Shaw, who's played well for Graham Kennedy here this weekend. Got the start today, mainly comes in off the bench. And that was felt there, ripped off. And now bending is Bradbury, who took that clearing attempt by DeDecker squarely off the lower back. And he felt that one. And kind of a chilly day like today, that ball is pretty rock hard. DeDecker with the throw in. Bianchi now. Bianchi. Principato laid it off for Bradbury. Now Bianchi. Lovely ball there. Principato able to get a foot on it to clear. It was Badurtha. Now the X-Men the other way. Shaw trying to gallop off. But a good recovery by the first team All-Canadian Zepiari. Zepiari, who's had a fine tournament as well. And Shaw will leave it for DeDecker to take the throw in. DeDecker has Rick. Rick took it off the chest. Wanted a call there, but it's taken from him. Good work there by Pabla. And now Carbone. Carbone, who uses defender Ramirez. Ramirez, closing in on him was Rick, so he put it up the middle now. The chase is on. Attardo gets some room here, crossed it. Looked like he might have had a shooting lane, but tried to find one of his mates and deflects off the X-Men, so it'll be a Lion throw. And here you see Attardo. I thought he might take a strike, but he looking for Bianchi, and it deflected out off Dye, so it'll be a throw in. So certainly if you're the X-Men, you'll take that off that dangerous opportunity. 15 minutes in. Looking for our first goal of the consolation final. Ramirez. Back for Carbone. We'll lay it off for Wright. Ramirez as the go chance start here at Ness Timmins Field. Dye. Lovely ball there. Barrowcliff for Rick. But there in time defensively was Ramirez. Now Kennedy settles it, gets it back to Barrowcliff. He and Cordero in close quarters. And now Green with some room. And he'll play it safely, put it back to Badurtha. Now Dye looking to get Shaw. Shaw, lovely first touch. Shaw with it, but got himself tangled up, but still with it. And he's a little upset with himself there. He got tangled up. And there's a good look at Isaac Bradbury of the Lions. Ramirez, who's been busy here early. Bradbury. Interception by Green. Lays it off nicely, but easy pickings there for Carbone as it was going wide, but he kept it in to keep his options alive. Now Wright. Left foots it up. Unable to come up with it there was Hendricks. Now to the corner flag, battling there. A couple of defenders is Kennedy. X-Men come away with it. Great work there by Kennedy. And now chance for Van Wyschen. Back to Kennedy. Actually, that was back to Van Wyschen. Now Shaw lays it off, gets it back from Rick. Shaw, a little heavy on the touch, but he gathered it. But then Cordero couldn't keep possession. Now back the other way. Di Matteo. on that far side, laid it off. There's Di Matteo again, the left footer. Badurtha puts it skyward. Headed there by Zeppiari. Zeppiari in a battle, he put the grip, the scorpion grip on Rick. And there's a good look at Damien DeDecker. Number 15 for the X-Men now, Van Wyschen kept it on the deck. Found Rick, but Rick was stripped, and now on the far side, Barrowcliff deflects. Shaw hits the outside of the goal post from a tough angle. Almost squeezed it home on the short side. A screamer off the post. That's the best chance for either side so far. Dye lays it off Green. He'll use his man in the back, Badurtha. Dye. Tough first touch there. Was at a high velocity off the chest of Barrowcliff. That allows the Lions to take over. No score. And now a chance, Molino. Nice ball with the left foot. Zeppieri. And he'll use his defender, Ramirez. Number 4. Lays it off nicely to Principato. And now on the far side, Lions, good work here. Bianchi, and it's blocked. It's still loose, but cleared by Badurtha, but settled down, then trying on the secondary attack there was Zeppieri, but he didn't get a good shot away. And now Wright, great first touch and puts it ahead to Bradbury, who found Molino. And now moving forward, trying to gather it is Principato. Principato, chased by Dye. Lovely work there. Bradbury looking for maybe a spill from Dilts, but Dilts solid there. Bowls it up to Rick. And now back to his man, Kennedy. Rick redirects it and then gets it back. Lovely work there between Rick along with DeDecker. Now Shaw lays it off. Rick. Van Wyschen. DeDecker, or Green, pardon me. 5, not 15. Green. Play on. Van Wyschen now. Dye, the captain. His final game in white and blue. Kennedy wrangling free. Dye up the gut. Little heavy on the touch, but Rick recovered. Green, and now on the far side. Barrowcliff. Dye lays it off. Badurtha. A chance there for Green, gets it back. Green. Barrowcliff, Kennedy. Tried to give and go, broken up, and now the Lions on the counter attack. But DeDecker gets back to slow Bradbury, but he still gets a good pass away. And now Molino. And a collision there with DeDecker. DeDecker went down heavily. It might have been a knee-on-knee with Molino. Certainly no malice, involved. Canada's top university runners head to London and the historic Tamus Valley Golf Course for the 2023 U Sports Men's and Women's Cross Country Championships tomorrow. The women's race begins at noon, the men at 1 Eastern. And all the exclusive coverage of that cross country championship begins Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on CBC Gem and CBCSports.ca. So we get a look at Cam Shaw, Badurtha taking the opportunity to grab a drink. There's Von Bianchi, who we talked about in the intro. And here's that goal post by Shaw. Barrowcliff started the play, got the left footer deflected. And Shaw again inside the 6-yard box just on the fringe. And you'll get a better look at the shot attempt from the net cam. And Shaw, good work. And then again, just ringing it off the outside of the post. And I don't know how he even got that good of an attempt from that angle with a bouncing ball in tight. So again, hopefully De Decker, it's maybe cramping and nothing more than that. De Decker's been a key contributor for Graham Kennedy all season. And as we look at Scott Decker chatting with some of the Lions here, De Decker looks like he's back to his feet, but up very gingerly, actually not even putting any weight on that left leg until now. But it looks like he's wants to hop right back along when allowed, but now to the bench and to the training table, I would think, to get checked out a little more thoroughly. So now back to action off the drop ball for the Lions. Right. Lead ball there. Now Di Matteo back right. He'll use his keeper Carbone. He has Ramirez, but goes further up the pitch to Melino. Melino still looking for someone. Tried to send a Tardo through, but that didn't connect, and it'll be a Diltz goal kick here. 24 minutes in. Our U Sports Consolation Final, the second seed and AUS champion Santa Fe X-Men versus the 8th seed and OUA runner-up York, Lions, as Shaw booms it out and trying to chase it down as Cordero, but it'll end up with Carbone. And now some room here for Ramirez, and up to Melino. Melino gets it back from Bradbury. Melino, there's Bianchi. Bianchi, mom and dad watching from home in Calgary, like a lot of these players, and hello to all the parents and families and friends watching all weekend. Bianchi, but it hit the back hoof of a Tardo, and then it'll be turned over. And that's going to be De Decker, actually. I was going to say the sub for De Decker, but it's De Decker back, and that gets a big cheer from the X-Men faithful. The X-Men, this will wrap up not the Nationals performance they would have hoped for. Not that they played poorly, but just once you lose that quarterfinal, of course, no chance at gold. But the X-Men, their first conference title right here in this field, came last Sunday, first since back-to-back in 1993. In 94, of course, under the legendary Lou Billick. His name adorns the National Rookie of the Year trophy now. So a set piece here for the Lions. Can they cash in? It's loose. But calmly and smartly there, Badurtha pokes it out. Good hops there by Shaw. Principato laid it off. Di Matteo uses his keeper because he was at a bad angle being chased by Cordero. Now Carbone, 27 minutes in. Cordero pushes up to pressure him. Battle there, Dye and Bianchi. Dye come up gingerly. And Melino thought it should stay with the Lions, but it'll be De Decker on the throw-in. There you get a good look at Von Bianchi. Dye. Good backtrack there by Melino. DeDecker now looks like he's okay, but still maybe not quite at full speed. A little hitch in his giddy up there. Far side. Patient X-Men now. Badurtha. Barrowcliff tried to get it to Van Wyschen. There's Van Wyschen. It was actually Cordero in on that play. Shaw, who's had plenty of pep here in the opening half. Shaw lays it off. Rick thought about it. Now the left foot tried to knife it through and send DeDecker in. Dye, the veteran. Badurtha puts it to the middle. Logan Rick. And that'll be Carbone playing it safely, and he'll bowl it to Ramirez. We'll have some room here. Kelvin Ramirez. Bradbury. Both teams not shy to use their keepers, particularly the Lions with Carbone here, at least in the opening half, to serve as a safety valve. Good steal there by Badurtha. Shaw. Rick, maybe a little soft on that redirection for DeDecker, and that gave an opportunity for Zeppieri to charge over and put it upfield. DiMatteo, left footed. DeDecker had his hand up, indicating that Tardo was offside. Bradbury trying to hurdle DeDecker. CBC TV is your home for the 2023 Canada Life Vanier Cup from Kingston, Ontario. Catch the best in university football action Saturday, November 25th at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBC TV, CBC Gem, and CBCSports.ca. Bianchi lays it off Zeppieri, and now Wright. Carbone. Carbone again. Team Ramirez have had plenty of exchanges here in the first half. Ramirez takes some real estate. Zeppieri tried to knife it over to DiMatteo, and then Zeppieri and Shaw come together, and they're going to get, I think, Shaw on the push against Zeppieri. So it'll be a Lion free kick as Shaw gets the explanation and probably a bit of a warning that he's teetering in the card area. Molino. Ramirez and Molino have been busy here in the opening half, as has Carbone, in terms of hasn't been tested with any 10-bell scoring chances. The one in tight by Shaw rang off the goalpost over his head. And Diltz hasn't been tested for the X-Men. See if we can get that to change here in the final 14 minutes or so of this opening half. Molino chips it forward, but unable to track it down was Bradbury. Now DeDecker wants to get it in quickly. Nice work there by Rick. And he whistled one, but Principato with the shot block. Lions trying to keep it in. Kennedy with the cross and the header by Cordero, but it missed on the short side. It ends up on the toe of Kennedy. There's the cross. And Cordero stretching to get the header away, but harmlessly wide to the left of Carbone.
We're going to witness someone today for their chance to win.
To Decker. Redirected. Shaw gets upended, but they're going to say ball for Zeppieri. And now Bradbury tried to feather it through, but Dye anticipated. Great defensive play, and Dye gets chopped down. Get a good look there at Damien De Decker, who's developed into quite a weapon for Graham Kennedy. Tickets for the 2023 Canada Life Vanier Cup in Kingston, Ontario begin at $20. Order your tickets to the biggest football game of the year by visiting vaniercup.com or by scanning the QR code on your screen. Bedurtha in close quarters with Green. Green doesn't see anything upfield, keeps it. And now to the far side to Barrowcliff. Bedurtha gets it back from Kennedy. Van Wyschen. The captain, Dye. Nice long ball there. Barrowcliff, who chested it down to Kennedy. Kennedy gets it back. Lays it off. Another give and go, but coming up with it there was Shaw, but he couldn't quite corral it. And now some room for the Lions. Bradbury takes it from Molino. Bradbury left foots it in. Found a seam, a turtle! Has opened the scoring here. So the Lions in the 34th minute. Bradbury started the play. Lovely ball, Attardo. Got between the veterans, Bedurtha and Dye. And made no mistake behind Dilts. And that's the first regulation goal of the weekend for the Lions. So certainly much later than they would have hoped, but it's Attardo. Finishing off that great pass from Bradbury. And again, not often you could squeeze your way in between Dye and Bedurtha, but he did just that and put it home behind Dilts to make it 1-0 here for the Lions. And now the X-Men have to focus here. Down a goal. In a different circumstance for the Lions. First time they've played with a lead, of course. If this is their first regulation goal, Barrowcliff couldn't catch up with it, so it'll be a throw in here. It'll be Di Matteo. Right. Lays it off Di Matteo. See how this goal affects both teams. Long ball there. De Decker twisted, but able to get the left foot on, then control it. Rick lofts it. Barrowcliff. But Di Matteo recovered. Able to get it up to Hendricks. Back to Di Matteo, and now Bianchi. Lays it off. Sliding forward. Attardo's going to get flagged on the offside. 36 minutes in. Attardo, our goal scorer. There's another good look at Cam Shaw, who got the start today for Graham Kennedy, and our fans made sure to come dressed for the occasion for this consolation final. Fans for both the Lions and the X-Men. Now the Lions. Bianchi. Lovely little ball, but Attardo couldn't get a toe on it. Principato. Hendricks finds Molino, and now changing the field, Ramirez to right. Right. Bianchi didn't get to him. Great anticipation there by Kennedy, and now X-Men trying to get off to the races. Barrowcliff in a foot race with Wright. Wright gets there first, but a good battle, trickle out, so the hustle of Barrowcliff does lead to a throw-in. And just a reminder, still plenty of tickets remaining for tomorrow's Championship Sunday here at the 2023 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship, presented by Protocase and Bell. Tickets, usports.ca/tickets, or scan the QR code on your screen. So it looks like DeDecker back down, but back to his feet. But I think that may be it for DeDecker, at least for now, because he came back and he never quite had the same, again, smooth gallop that he usually has. And he's, again, going to head off with some assistance from the St. FX training staff. And one of our goal scorers for X from yesterday, Blake Fenton. And DeDecker knows that may be the end of his day. Again, come up gingerly. He'll get congratulations from his coaching staff and mates. Again, our lone goal coming from Tyler Attardo. That's where we stand here as we get up over the 39th minute. Not a lot of what you'd call 10-bell scoring chances, but both sides have had their forays into each other's zone. There's Kerbone, who was helped by a goal post on an opportunity by Cam Shaw, and Diltz really had no chance on the goal by Attardo moments ago. Trying to catch Kerbone, they do! They caught Kerbone flat-footed. Cordero, the AUS regular season and tournament MVP. Actually, it's Logan Rick with the steal off Seppieri. And again, caught Kerbone. We'll see it here from the net cam. The second team All-Canadian took it from the first teamer and then deposited it home. Logan Rick. And we're tied at 1. 40 minutes in. Knotted at 1, Badurtha. Cordero, who initially thought had the marker, but it is Logan Rick. And now back the other way. Bianchi can't catch up to it. Badurtha, but he steals it. Bianchi feathers it through for Attardo. But the last line of defense, just in off the bench, Fenton, the veteran from Halifax, made a good play. As he spelled DeDecker. And the veteran Fenton scored last night as the road to the Canada Life Vanier Cup continues this weekend on CBCSports.ca with coverage of the OUA, the Yates Cup. That's today at 1 p.m. Eastern, soon to be underway. And then the OUA champs will take on the winners of the RSEQ Dunsmore Cup. And that's next Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern in the 2023 UTEC Bowl from either Université de Montréal or Université Laval. The road to the Canada Life Vanier Cup in the 2023 UTEC Bowl next Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern on CBC Gem and CBCSports.ca. Die. Attardo opened the scoring for York. Molino collided with Fenton, and he took the worst of it. And he's slow to get up, trying to stretch that right leg out. Again, Attardo opened our scoring as he took a great feed from Bradbury and split the XD and then get in, and a nice strike that eluded Diltz. And then moments ago, Logan Rick with the steal, probably from about 25 yards out, and lofted one. Again, got Kerbone backtracking and he couldn't get to it. Tucked in the far top corner to tie it at 1. Badurtha. Right. Nice header forward. Hendricks got a piece. And then Attardo, who's had a great opening half. Can Hendricks catch up to it? He does. Hendricks. But fabulous defending there by Badurtha. All the way up to Rick, our X-Men goal scorer. Rick feathers it forward. Barrowcliff. Cordero trying to stay on side. Cordero hit the outside of the net. He get in tight. Didn't have much of an angle. Here's that play. Barrowcliff. Deep, and then took the cross, deflected off right, and then Cordero tried to side swipe it home and came very close to it. The first team All-Canadian AUS MVP, as Molino may be getting booked. Here he is. Molino with the yellow, so he'll have to watch his P's and Q's here. And now a prime spot here for Rick with a free kick chance. And Carbone better be sharp, because Rick could certainly be a scoring threat, on his own right from there. The referee gets in amongst the scrum to give some instruction on the jockeying and physicality. Rick lofts it in, deflected, still loose, spinning. And then finally the Lions get a free. Barrowcliff. Shaw whistled one. So good sequence there off the free kick as we get up to about 45 minutes. We'll keep an eye on our fourth official in terms of extra time here in the opening half. Carbone skyward. 3 minutes extra time here in the opening half. Bianchi able to head it down there. Was Kennedy trying to wrestle free. Cordero. Green tried to send Barrowcliff away. And now Ramirez. Principato. Good recovery there by Fenton and then clearing it. Now Principato. Molino. Into the middle. Zeppieri. Nice through ball there. Atharo. Second chance. Oh, and he just missed out the back door. On the far post, almost his second of the afternoon. That's the second time he's been able to, and credit on both through balls, but he's been able to elude that tandem of Badurtha and Dye and get free for a great scoring chance. Fenton now turns it over. Hendricks ahead, but Badurtha up. Nice directional header there by Cordero, finding Rick, and now Shaw lays it off for Rick. Rick slams it off Principato. Bianchi took over. Now Principato lays it off. Bradbury. Bianchi, a little heavy on the touch. It was a tough ball. X-Men took over. Feathered ahead. Cordero in a battle. Stripped by Molino, and then Cordero from behind, but Molino stayed strong, and Bradbury wanted the call there on Fenton. Not going to get it. He will get the throw in. His mate Molino will take it. Cordero, he's going to get called for the trip up there. Here's that scoring chance for York. Another sensational through ball there by Zeppieri. And there, Attardo, just that close to regaining the York lead here in extra time of the opening half. 1-1. Attardo for York. Rick for the X-Men, yes. Rick, here he is again, trying to wrestle his way free for a strike. X-Men won a handball there, chipped in, and Shaw with a chance. Fenton, not what he wanted there, as good closeout by Hendricks to impede that strike. So a late chance there. There you see Blake Fenton, the veteran from Halifax. Kennedy. Little chip in. Cordero got a piece of it, but then Shaw. And that's Carbone's best of the half, and that's the whistle for half here at Nest-Timmins Field. Attardo. Rick, the goal scorers, and our consolation final. Your score at the half, St. FX X-Men 1, the York Lions 1. You're watching the 2023 Protocase U Sports Men's Soccer Championship presented by Bell on CBCSports.ca.
Voici les candidats pour le prix de l'entraîneur ou l'entraîneuse de l'année Fox Sporty U Sport. The nominees for the 2023 Fox Sporty U Sports Men's Soccer Coach of the Year are du Sport Universitaire de l'Atlantique, from the AUS, Graham Kennedy, Université Saint-Francis-Xavier, St. FX University. Du Réseau du Sport étudiant du Québec, from the RSEQ, Pat Raimondo, Université de Montréal, University of Montreal. Des Sports Universitaires de l'Ontario, from the OUA, Marcelo Plata, Université Carleton University. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne, from Canada West, Larry Stefanik, Université de Victoria, University of Victoria. Le lauréat ou la lauréate du prix de l'entraîneur ou l'entraîneuse de l'année Fox Sporty U Sport est, the winner of the Fox Sporty U Sports Coach of the Year is Pat Raimondo, Université de Montréal, University of Montreal. Les candidats pour le prix de l'engagement communautaire U-Sport sont the nominees for the U-Sports Men's Soccer Community Service Award are du Sport Universitaire de l'Atlantique, from the AUS, Luke Berryman, Université Dalhousie University. Du Réseau du Sport étudiant du Québec, from the RSEQ, David Harrison, Université de Sherbrooke, University of Sherbrooke. Des Sports Universitaires de l'Ontario, from the OUA, Alexander Domingos, Université de Nipissing University. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne, from Canada West, Chris Lee, Université de la Colombie-Britannique, UBC. Le lauréat du prix de l'engagement communautaire est, the winner of the U Sports Community Service Award is Luke Berryman, Université Dalhousie University. The nominees for the 2023 Lou Bilek Award for the U Sports Men's Soccer Rookie of the Year are en nomination pour le prix Lou Bilek décerné à la recrue de l'année 2023 en soccer masculin du sport universitaire de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Isaac Van Wyschen, Université Saint-Francis-Xavier, St. FX University. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Maxime Bourgeois, Université de Sherbrooke, University of Sherbrooke. Des sports universitaires de l'Ontario from the OUA, Michael Maslanka, Université de Toronto, University of Toronto. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Brennan First, Université de la Colombie-Britannique, UBC. Le lauréat du prix Lou Bilek en tant que recrue de l'année en soccer masculin U-Sport est the winner of the Lou Bilek Award as U-Sports Men's Soccer Rookie of the Year is Brennan First, Université de la Colombie-Britannique, UBC.
It was my greatest thrill when we just stood still. You let me hold your hand till I had my fill. It helped you to see you through.
Whatever life looks like to you, we're here for it. For life as you know it. Insurance, investments, advice. Canada Life.
The nominees for the 2023 Joe Johnson Award as the U Sports Men's Soccer Player of the Year are en nomination pour le prix Joe Johnson décerné à l'athlète de l'année en soccer masculin U-Sport du sport universitaire de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Kyle Cordero, Université Saint-Francis-Xavier, St. FX University. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Gregory David, Université du Québec à Montréal, UQAM. Des sports universitaires de l'Ontario from the OUA, Omar Marzouk, Université Ontario Tech University. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Sebastian Jakowski, Université de la Colombie-Britannique, UBC. Le lauréat du prix Joe Johnson décerné au joueur de l'année en soccer masculin U-Sport est the winner of the Joe Johnson Award as the 2023 U-Sports Player of the Year in men's soccer is Sebastian Jakowski, Université de la Colombie-Britannique, UBC.
Welcome back to the 2023 Proto Case U Sports Men's Soccer Championships presented by Bell. Our consolation final, you see both teams as they took the field here for the opening half. We're at the half. Some highlights from this one. 1-1 midway through it. It was an entertaining first half as you see some of the ex-faithful, pardon me. There was an early chance. I thought Principato might have had a lane to go in the shoot, but tried to get it to Bianchi. And there, great work by Hendricks, but he was smothered by Diltz. Cam Shaw, who was dangerous throughout. Attardo ended up scoring. We'll see that a little later. Barrowcliff here for the X-Men, and that's the one Shaw put off the outside of the goalpost. Beautiful ball there by Kennedy to the AUS MVP, Kyle Cordero. And there, look at that through ball by Bradbury to Attardo. And he made no mistake to give the Lions the lead. And there's that ball again from a even nicer vantage point. Diltz bested there by Athardo. And here's the nifty marker by the second team All-Canadian Logan Rick, who caused the steal. And then caught Carbone flat-footed, and there's a great angle. Ramirez discussed it. And here was a late chance for the X-Men. Close quarters. Cordero, though, an air off a scramble. And that was a high volley ripped wide. And there again, getting between Badurtha and Dye, which not many in the AUS were able to do all season, but Atharo, and that's how close he was to 2 goals in the opening half. Kennedy chips it in here, and it ended up Shaw, and that's the best save Carbone's had to make. As we see the teams and a wide view now of Nest Timmins Field. We'll step aside for a few more messages. Your score at the half, St. FX 1, York 1, and you're watching the 2023 Proto KSU Sports Men's Soccer Championship presented by Bell on CBC Sports.ca.
What's wrong?
I dreamt we had cable internet.
Oh, sweetie. We've always had cable internet.
Once you're used to Bell Pure Fiber Internet, anything else is terrifying.
Who's gonna crush the bake sale tomorrow, huh?
Us.
Yeah. Is that the sugar you've been using?
Yep.
You put it in the cookies?
Yep.
The cupcakes?
Yep.
The brownies?
Yep.
Not the snickerdoodles.
Yep, everything.
From our bakery to your table. So be it, Sobeys.
Peu importe à quoi ressemble votre vie, vous pouvez compter sur nous. Pour la vie comme vous la vivez. Assurance, placement, conseil. Canada Vie.
Unbelievable! History has repeated itself!
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
It starts with a collective vision, a shared history, a bold dream. It's full of hope and prosperity for an entire island. It's built on a fusion of culture, collaboration, and ambition. A future of our own making, by our own hand. Full of new ideas, innovation, and wonder. Together, we create unprecedented opportunities. Together, we build a sustainable way forward. Together, we welcome the world and change.
Welcome back to the 2023 Proto KSU Sports Men's Soccer Championship presented by Bell. Second half just getting underway. The York Lions and the St. FX X-Men. York in their white and red trim, the X-Men in their blue with white. 1-1 here. Goals by Attardo for York. Rick, the All-Canadian for the X-Men. And that's where we stand here. St. FX, the AUS champions, come in as the number 2 seed, lost the quarterfinal to UBC. York come in, OUA runners-up, the 8th seed, and lost their quarterfinal to Mount Royal. That put them in the consolation bracket, and both teams come up with wins yesterday, and that set the stage for this matchup today. Zeppieri. Good anticipation there. And into the lineup, that's Trask for the X-Men, so we'll keep you up to date on some of the changes made there at the half as we go along. Also seeing for the X-Men, trying to pick up on the lineup here who's wearing number 28. Throw in now for the Lions here early in the second. It's going to stay, actually. Call changed. Initially, it's going to be a Lion throw in, now the X-Men. X-Men throw in, goes short there to Van Wyschen. Steal here by Bianchi. Bianchi. Attardo's been around the ball all day. Ramirez came darting in. Battle. Coming free. Bianchi, lovely ball to Attardo. And Dilts with his best save of the afternoon. Well, Attardo has just seemed to have the magic touch as far as getting away from that stout X-Men defense. And it was Hendricks making the steal, left there for Bianchi, and just a lovely ball to Attardo. And all 6'5" of Sam Dilts there had to be used to make that save to keep it 1-1. Now a corner. Zeppieri, first team All-Canadian. Loose, top of the 18, trying to keep it in low. Bianchi, pardon me. And then left there. And that was put wide by Attardo. So good action here to start our second half, and it was an entertaining opening 47 minutes or so. Again, like all teams, certainly you want to be playing for a medal, but one thing in this consolation, and you can finish off your season with a victory. And now Cordero, AUS regular season and tournament MVP. Rick, the ex-goal scorer. And it'll stay with the X-Men. There's Jack Kennedy, his last varsity match. Of course, like his sister Catherine, played for their dad, Graham, the Ankenish native who coaches both the X-Women and the X-Men. What a season it's been for his two programs, both AUS champions. The X-Women, a couple of close, tough losses at Nationals in Kingston the last couple of days, but they went undefeated all season in the AUS. Beat Cape Breton for the championship on their home turf here last Sunday, as did the X-Men. So again, just a wonderful season here, and they're trying to cap it with a consolation win here now. Van Wyschen.
The goal information, ladies and gentlemen, from the first half.
Green. The captain, Dye. One of a group that I know Graham Kennedy talks so well about, that includes Jack Kennedy, Will Vino, the backup keeper today. A group that's really been one of the top classes he's brought in as head coach, and one that he's so proud of. Carbone. And of course, on top of all that, consummate student athletes, as you see with the academic All-Canadians, and not just with the X-Men, but York, all the teams, not just players, but student athletes that not only shine on the pitch, but also in the classroom. Now feathered forward. Good recovery there. A battle cleared by Dye. Nice defending there by Trask. Number 22's into the lineup for the X-Men. His first action of the weekend. Green. Badurtha. Van Wyschen, top rookie team member for U Sports. AUS top freshman this season. Bright future for him in Antigonish. Dye. And now over on this end, another of the new Capers into the lineup. Again, trying to match some numbers here, folks. My apologies, as that was Kennedy, number 2 on that play. Right. Back to his keeper, Carbone. Again, this is our lone match of nationals here today. The teams involved in the medal matchups get a day to rejuvenate after games on Friday, Thursday, and Friday. So again, our bronze medal matchup, 11 a.m. tomorrow, Atlantic, 10 Eastern. A battle of Canada West, Mount Royal Cougars and UBC Thunderbirds in a rematch of their championship game. Nice ball there, trying to catch up with it is Hendricks, but he can't. Laid off there by Principato. And Diltz will tee it up. And again, that bronze medal matchup at 11 a.m. Atlantic, and then at 2 a.m. Atlantic, 1 Eastern. The battle for the gold, Lake Caravan de Montreal, and the host Cape Breton University Capers should be raucous here tomorrow afternoon. And the home team certainly have used that as fuel to find their way to the title, and no doubt it'll be a ingredient here, having that home faithful by your side, if you will. And now Zeppieri, a good chance here on a corner. He's being watched by Kennedy. Zeppieri, 53 minutes in. And again, that's a couple times Zeppieri, certainly not what he wanted, but right on the secondary attack. And his header soared over the bar. There's the initial ball. Bounced off Trask, and there's a Tardo once again, finding right, but he couldn't get that downward trajectory on the header. And it sailed over the crossbar, and now Diltz is going to start things away here. Just a gorgeous afternoon, and I think the similar weather forecast for tomorrow's matches, and really overall the weather for Eastern Canada in November, where it's so unpredictable. It's been overall in one of those situations where it hasn't affected the quality of the game, which is a key thing. And again, hopefully we can top it off tomorrow with a nice Sunday here in the 4th day of Nationals. And equally as important, a great weather here in Cape Breton for Remembrance Day ceremonies here earlier today. So keep those who have served Canada and the world in mind today when you get a chance. And now Carbone bowls it to right. Up the field, but they're going to say Hendricks was there to touch. So now Kennedy will make the throw in. 55 minutes in, one apiece. Rick, Kennedy, and Rick get it back. Zeppieri trying to get off to the races. Kennedy now. Settled. Van Wyschen. So a chance there. And we'll remind you that the women's 2023 U Sports Soccer Championship continues this weekend in Kingston, Ontario, hosted by the Queen's Gales. And you can watch all the action, including tomorrow's medal matchups, live on CBC Gem and at CBCSports.ca. So again, the goal scorers, Attardo for the Lions. And for the X-Men, it was Logan Rick with that sensational touch, showing why he was second team All-Canadian. So the sun peeking through here, and it makes it our location in the broadcast tower here at CBU. Gets a little hard on the eyes at times, so Fenton on that far side in a battle. Won by Molino. Here's Graham Kennedy, AUS men's and women's coach of the year, so a sweep for him. And again, the Ankenish native, what a program, both programs he's established. And again, took over on the men's side for one of his mentors, Lou Billick, the legendary Lou Billick, who coached Kennedy, and of course was head coach the last time the X-Men until this year won an AUS title. X-Men now trying to get free as Rick, but they're going to say that we'll go against Fenton, and he got tangled up and brought down Hendricks. So back to it for the Lions. 58 minutes in, all are scoring in the opening half. Attardo for the Lions, Rick for the X-Men. Principato now over the far side, Molino. Picked up here by Hendricks, or Bradbury, pardon me. Lays it off, but it's intercepted, so on the counterattack, nice ball there by Goldstein. Rick looking for someone, deflects. Goldstein got it back. And now see if something on the reload here for the X-Men. Patience, though, by Kennedy. Laid it off, Goldstein. And now Rick. Rick curls it, lovely ball there to the far side. There's a strike, but an easy save there by Carbone. And that came off the foot of Green, or Van Wyschen for the X-Men. Zeppieri, first team All-Canadian. Right, lays it off, Hendricks. And now Kennedy, good work there, leaves it for Green. And now Badertha pressured. Kennedy in close quarters. Lays it off. And now Badertha will have another chance. Badertha deflects. And it'll stay with the X-Men on a throw-in, and we'll see it from Jack Kennedy. And quickly, in case you are just joining us, have to tell my little story once again. It's such an interesting one and shows how this game goes beyond stats and results. Jack Kennedy, of course, the veteran, plays for his dad, Graham. And he was born in Calgary, as Graham and Joni Kennedy lived there before their return back to native Ankenish. And Jack certainly knows one of the faces on the Lions, and there he is right there, Vaughn Bianchi, as they both started kindergarten together in Calgary. As Bianchi tried to center it. I'll fill in some of the blanks as we keep along here. Good work there by Zeppieri, and then a chance, and it's going to be a goal kick. So get back to it, Vaughn Bianchi, and we'll remind you about the cross-country championships. Canada's top university runners head to London and the historic Thames Valley Golf Course for the 2023 U Sports Men's and Women's Cross-Country Championships on Sunday. Women's race at noon Eastern, the men at 1 Eastern, and you can get all the coverage here Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on CBC Gem and CBCSports.ca. Bianchi. Di Matteo. And then a little chip and another chance for a turtle. Could easily have definitely a couple, if not three in this one. As you see Sam Diltz fake that one. Diltz now pushing everyone forward. Again, to continue that story of Kennedy and Bianchi as the Lions look to threaten again a turtle. Battle there with Van Wyschen, who strips him. Van Wyschen ahead for Goldstein. Van Wyschen. So that call will go against Zeppieri. So he brought down Van Wyschen. So Kennedy and Bianchi started kindergarten together in Calgary, St. Jude Elementary. There's Jack Kennedy. And before school recess, after school, they were constantly, as Joni Kennedy, who was their teacher, and coincidentally, Jack's mom said constantly they were obsessed with soccer. And shared affection of the game came early for both as good friends. And this is the first time they've played against each other today. And it'll be the last varsity games for both. As Vaughn Bianchi graduated last spring with an engineering degree from York. And Jack Kennedy will graduate this spring from St. FX with a finance and economics degree. And again, another shout out to Vaughn's parents, Anita and Chris, who are watching from Calgary today. So getting, no doubt, as I mentioned, probably the same for Joni Kennedy, of course, cheering for the X-Men and the Bianchis for the Lions, but also cheering for at least one player on the other team as well. Good look at there at Principato, or Di Matteo, pardon me. Kennedy. Green. Kennedy now. Badurtha, 64 minutes in now. All are scoring in the opening half. A Tardo for the Lions to open it. Rick with the answer for the X-Men. Now almost sending Kennedy away was Cordero. Badurtha into the middle. Van Wyschen, pardon me, was looking for Green, but that didn't connect. Now all the way back to Diltz. A turtle, another chance. And the follow-up by Bradbury. Wow, a turtle has been the shining star offensively for both sides. There, he rips it off the crossbar. He has the lone Lion goal. Could easily have two more, if not three. And now Diltz. That call will go against the X-Men, so a free kick here for the Lions. They look to regain the lead. Push forward there by Wright. And now boomed out. But there's the rock solid Ramirez to head it out of harm's way. Kennedy come up a little gingerly there, you can see, as he went with the high volley and he made contact with Di Matteo. And now Bianchi, nice ball again, Attardo in a battle, then gets a shot away. Dilts with his best of the day. Diving to his right. Rebound spilled, but Hendricks couldn't get a boot on it. Now Di Matteo. Di Matteo slicing his way in and then goes down, but it'll be a X-Men goal kick. There you see Attardo in the battle. Badurtha, but it got right back to Attardo. And wow, that's his 5th 10-bell opportunity of this match, and 1 goal so far. 1 just went by the post, 1 off the crossbar, and then Dilts robbed him there. So the X-Men have had no answer for Tyler Attardo. Lions now right. Keeps it on the deck for Principato. Di Matteo, nice turn there. Attardo. And he wrestles free with it. Gets it again, another strike and a Dilts save. So it's the Tyler Attardo show here in the last couple of minutes. Here's his latest opportunity as he sizzled one, but Dilts. And that was labeled for the bottom corner inside the post. It will be a corner kick here for the Lions. And what a day it's been so far for Tyler Attardo, the freshman from East St. Paul, Manitoba. So what a future he's got ahead of him. So again, Dilts. Field really tipped in recent minutes for the Lions, but they haven't been able to score in the 68th minute now. X-Men need to provide an answer here. Goldstein, but Wright, great work by Wright defensively, and still able to keep it in. Di Matteo now, Hendricks. Into the middle, Principato uses defender, the rock-solid Ramirez. Carbone. He'll get it back from Wright, pardon me. Chest it down. Nice play there by Zeppieri. Now Principato lays it off. Knife through there by Bianchi, trying to send Attardo in again. CBC TV is your home for the 2023 Canada Life Vanier Cup from Kingston, Ontario. Catch the best in university football action Saturday, November 25th at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBC TV, CBC Gem, and CBCSports.ca. Again, Attardo. Principato. It'll trickle out the touch. So looking, not rushing here, setting things up as Dilts, and actually Graham Kennedy's going to go to his bench here. We'll get our first look today at Charlie Waters. He'll spell Blake Fenton. A couple other, or at least one other sub now for Graham Kennedy. It's going to be Fergus Hall. And it looks like he's going to spell Jack Kennedy. And Jack, last little bit, looked like he's come up a little gingerly as he gets a pat in the back and a big hug from his dad. Nice moment there. And there he is, Jack Kennedy. Really fashioned himself quite a AUS varsity career. And now Waters right to, of course, Waters familiar with this pitch. Was key last week in helping the X-Men win the AUS title, yes, but beyond that, his first 3 varsity seasons with the Capers, all Canadian ones at that. Just a stellar performer now. Does he have about 20 minutes or so of magic left in him to wrap up the season? Now the Lions, good anticipation there by Hall, who just came in. And of course, that's he'll have some skip in his step to his first appearance at the national tournament. Carbone now. He keeps it on the deck. Ramirez. Haven't said his name as much as half because much of the play, a turtle, the offside flag scoops up. He tried to kind of keep his stride there, and it wasn't by much. Here in the 72nd minute, again, the performance by Eterno offensively matches any we've seen so far this weekend. And we've seen several from the likes of Owen Shepherd. Just to name one for the Capers, 3 goals in 2 matches. Waters now back. X-Men will reload. As you see the sun out here now once again. You can see that glare off the turf here on your screen. Right. Good work there and taking it away. But Wright recovered just in time to take it off the foot of Cordero. X throw in here. Hall will take it. Fergus Hall. Snaps it in. First header, though, to Di Matteo. Green tried to push it forward with a head. Now Bedurtha climbs up over Attardo. Tickets for the 2023 Canada Life Vanier Cup in Kingston, Ontario begin at $20. Order your tickets to the biggest football game of the year by visiting vaniercup.com or by scanning the QR code on your screen. Lions now back to the attack. Bianchi, a nice ball, and Attardo just missed it. That would have been a highlight reel marker. And we'll get the replay here. Bianchi, just a lovely ball, but unable to corral it on the bounce. It was tough. It would have been sensational by a disappointed Attardo. Looking for his second. And now Goldstein chasing it down for the X-Men. Hall's there with some support. Good ball there, though, by Goldstein to find Rick. Rick is the X-Men goal scorer. And they're going to say it'll be a York throw-in. Up to about 75 minutes into this one. Here's our neck cam look. You'll see Bianchi. What a ball there. Just skipped on Attardo. And again, he almost was able to redirect it home to make it 2-1. Di Matteo now. snaps it in, but the first head to green, and they're going to get Hall for barreling over Attardo. Long ball there. Nice work to redirect it to his keeper smartly. That was Trask. The captain die. Badurtha. Fergus Hall now. Feathered it to the middle. Bianchi, though, was hounding Green and now hounding Goldstein. Bianchi, pardon me. Bradbury, and that wasn't how he drew it up in the playbook. That's for sure. He got way under it. And don't forget, still some great tickets available for the 2023 Proto Case U Sports Men's Soccer Championships. Championship Sunday coming tomorrow here at Ness Timmins Field at Cape Breton University. You can get your tickets for the bronze and gold medal matchups at usports.ca/tickets or scan the QR code on your screen. Goldstein. They'll say that stays with the X-Men. It'll be a free kick from distance here. As we tiptoe our way up to the 77th minute in this one. Badurtha. Hall. He'll use his captain Dye, who gets it back from Van Wyschen, and now on the far side, Trask. Trask on a run. Nice ball here for Hall. Lays it off. Goldstein, will he send Hall to the corner? No, comes into the middle with a nice ball into the box, but found no one. And now, for a while there, was the Attardo show was the Lions pressure. Now the field tipped a little bit in the X-Men's favor, but they haven't been able to really test Carbone. Diltz has certainly been the busier of the two keepers as far as having to make tough saves, and Diltz, that certainly wasn't, I think, the intent there. Is he shanked that one. It will give a deep throw into the Lions. Not sure what. Oh, we do have a player down here. His training staff comes on for the X-Men there. You get a good look. It's Goldstein at inside of the right knee. And it looks like he's okay, but again gets up gingerly. Especially by this time of year, I don't think anyone, after the grind of the regular season in U Sports, with the truncated schedule, that anyone's 100%. And now subbing in Logan Harrington, and he'll replace Goldstein, who just went off. So I think we'll see his return, a chance for Logan Harrington. As we get a look there at one of the key Lions today, Maverick Wright, who's played well in the back. Zeppieri headed away. But Ramirez now. Lovely touch there. Principato. Ramirez lays it to the middle. Now a little back kick there, and now free with it. Hendricks took that feed from Principato. Now Di Matteo. Hendricks tried to split the D, but good work there by Hall. And then he bangs it off Hendricks, and it'll be a goal kick here. So we get up to the 80-minute mark there. You get a look at Logan Harrington, who just checked in. Diltz. He'll keep it on the deck to Die. Lines it up the middle. First touch, though, by the Lions, and now Hendricks. DiMatteo. Tiptoes by Rick. Still in possession now, and once again it's Hendricks. Bianchi. Principato tried to knife it through, but that didn't work. But they force another X-Men turnover. Bianchi, pardon me. Always trying to add the low to Vaughn's name. Carbone. Van Wyschen. The AUS Rookie of the Year. The far side now. Waters now. Waters. Trickles in front. Still loose now, a strike. Rick couldn't get it through. Lofts it in, but headed away by Wright. Oh, and they're going to get Zeppieri. So he got tangled up with Van Wyschen, and not only the foul, but a big free kick chance here for the X-Men from Prime Real Estate. We'll see who'll take it. Lots of candidates. I think it'll be Cordero.
We'd also like to thank
certainly Rick, an option. Waters, of course, there, number 8. Certainly no stranger to potting free kick goals here at CBU on what was his home turf. I think it will be Rick is over the ball. Rick. You see Cordero in the background. He's going to creep to the outside there. Rick now rips it. Big save. That's Carbone's best of the day. It's alive, though, for the X-Men. Secondary chance here. Fenton and Carbone. So, again, that's Carbone's best sequence. And we'll get a look from his vantage point, diving and getting a piece of it. Again, by far his toughest save of the afternoon. 83 minutes in here at Nest Timmins Field for the consolation crown here at the National Championship Tournament. Waters feathers it through, gets it back from Rick. Waters. Hall blocked by the defense, still loose. And I think it'll end up an corner kick. So good effort there all around. It's a couple of the subs. Hall. Big chance. Hall now, there's the strike. It was blocked there by DiMatteo. And then almost put in his own net there by Zeppieri, but now another corner kick. Set pieces, haven't been many in this one. Is this a chance for the X-Men to take their first lead? Getting ahead on it there was Hall. Waters right back in, but headed away. And a good defensive play there by Attardo, showing his full game as Wright will rip it away. So now the field tipped the other way, and the X-Men looking to take the lead. Principato back for Wright. Attardo. Poke back to Diltz. Diltz will have another look. 85th minute here under the bright sun. Right now. DiMatteo. Hendricks being hounded by Hall. Hendricks. He'll let his keeper Carbone reload. Just had that huge save to keep it tied. Battle here. Great effort there by Trask, forcing the issue. But now the Lions back the other way, and that ball's going to find a turtle. A turtle in. Oh, it dilts. Made another great save. What a performance by a turtle. And understandably somewhat dejected. Already with one goal, the lone Lions goal. But again, he's been a threat throughout, to say the least. Harrington now taking over, though. DiMatteo in the box, a turtle, and he scores. A turtle. Wow, his second of the day, and like I've been mentioning, could easily have 3 or 4, as he's just, and this is not a pedestrian D of the X-Men, but he's really carved them up today. Off the post and in, no chance for Dilts. And maybe if there's a just reward, because again, a turtle could easily have 3 or 4 here. One of the best offensive performances of the tournament so far. The freshman from East St. Paul, Manitoba. And most importantly, a huge late lead here in the consolation final for the 8th seed Lions. The Graham Kennedy's X-Men have an answer. Waters, with some room here for Hall. Up to the 88th minute, we'll keep an eye on how much stoppage time will be tacked on. So again, both York goals from Tyler Athardo. Now Harrington. The road to the Canada Life Vanier Cup continues next Saturday with the 2023 Mitchell Bowl, as the Canada West champions host the AUS champs, beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific on CBC Gem and CBCSports.ca. Be a corner kick chance here. Waters, and he's dangerous on these set pieces. X-Men looking for the equalizer. Chance here, but blocked. Good work there by Wright. '89th minute. Carbone certainly not going to rush things here. His team up by a goal. Lines, you want to keep it clean, less is something you have to. Don't want to give up a unabated scoring chance either. Now the veteran Dye in his last game with the X-Men. Been a stellar performer. Also has experience with the Halifax Wanderers under-23 program. And Waters goes down. York goes to their bench. Here late. Checking out will be Hendricks, and into the game, Gianluca Condella. Condello now, who started and got some action here all weekend. His first appearance today. 3 minutes of stoppage time. There you see Cam Shaw. You're looking here, a bounce or a spill or the X-Men get possession and then see what happens from there. Carbone in a crowd. And wow, what an effort there. I don't know how he come up with it in all that traffic. So now the Lions looking to put this one to bed. And another chance and another goal. A turtle. So a hat trick for Tyler Attardo. And again, could have been much more, but that's more than enough here for York Lions fans as they'll come away with the consolation win here at Nationals, finishing off their season with a pair of victories, it looks like. And they're reaching to the stars. Attardo, and he's going to be the York Night Player of the Game. For the X-Men, it's going to be Logan Rick getting the nod from Nike. Some more substitutions here. Casa will come in for Principato. Another one is, no, it is, yes, there it is. Principato off. Casa into the fray. There he is, number 25. So again, the difference really, Attardo, a hat trick. One of the best offensive performances of this weekend, to be sure. And it'll help
Goal scored by number 11.
the Lions to the 8th seed in this tournament, to the consolation final victory. And now everybody up for the X-Men. Not much time left in this one. It would have to be a miracle for the X-Men here. And that's the final whistle. The York Lions finish with a convincing victory. There's your Night Player of the Game for the Lions. It's Tyler Attardo. Surprise, surprise, a hat trick, and probably could have had 4 or 5 in this one. And for the X-Men, the Night Player of the Game, number 7, Logan Rick, the second team All-Canadian. And there he is. So the Night Players of the Game, again, Attardo along with Rick. So again, the final, that's our low matchup today, the consolation final. The York Lions come away with the victory, 3-1 over the St. FX X-Men. And we'll tee things up. Just a reminder, our menu for tomorrow. The bronze medal matchup, a Canada West Championship rematch. UBC Thunderbirds, Mount Royal Cougars at 11 a.m. Atlantic time, 10 Eastern. As we wrap things up here, some highlights as we head home. Again, that's from our opening. The teams taking the field. Again, Tyler Attardo was his matchup as there are the teams getting ready to roll. So again, just to remind you to tee up as there's the St. FX faithful. Watch some of the early action here from the opening half. There was Di Matteo, Bianchi, pardon me. Chance here for Hendricks, but good work by Diltz to corral it. Chance here, Cam Shaw. And there's our first chance for Attardo, first of many. The 3-goal man with the hat trick. That's the post from Shaw, again from the opening half we saw earlier. Cordero couldn't quite get on track offensively today for the X-Men. There's the first goal at Tardo. His first of 3. And there's another angle of that one. Again from the opening half. Moments later, here's the Logan Rick goal. He stole it from Zeppieri and then lofted it far corner under the crossbar behind Carbone. Got caught flat-footed. And that tied at 1. And that's the way it stood at the half. That was a late chance there from Cordero. Scramble there. But nothing came of it. And the ever-present Athardo, and that was still in the first half, just missed the far post. You'll see it from the net cam here. Jack Kennedy, his final collegiate matchup. And that was the score at the half. It was 1 apiece. Now look at some of the second half highlights. Bianchi, that was a beautiful ball, but Diltz made the save. Another chance for Athardo. Now Van Wyschen missed there, the AUS Rookie of the Year. Off the crossbar for Athardo. And so again, just to set the table a little bit as we watch some more of the action from this consolation final won by York 3-1. Tomorrow our bronze medal game. Again, the rematch of the Canada West Championship. It'll be the UBC Thunderbirds and the Mount Royal University Cougars. Again, 11 Atlantic, 10 Eastern. And for the folks out west, it'll be like breakfast at Wimbledon, breakfast at the U Sports Men's Soccer Championships with a 8 a.m. start for the Mount Royal fans in Calgary and 7 a.m. for the UBC faithful. And then the gold medal match, 2 p.m. Atlantic time, 1 Eastern. It'll be the host Cape Breton University Capers up against the Les Carabins de Montréal. Again, as the highlights continue here from this one. It was an entertaining consolation final. The final score, the York Lions 3, the St. FX X-Men 1. So again, we'll see you tomorrow for Championship Sunday. You've been watching the 2023 Protocase U Sports Men's Soccer Championship presented by Bell. All the action here from Cape Breton University. And you've watched all the action here as we say good afternoon. And we'll see you tomorrow morning for all the action on CBCSports.ca.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada. Une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, just do it. Faites-le. Fox 40, celebrating more than a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year Award Program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport. Veriburn, medical supply partner of varsity athletics since 1979. Partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues du championnat U-Sport. By Bell, presenting partner of this U-Sports championship. Fier partenaire de ce championnat U-Sport. And by Protocase, proud title partner of the 2023 U-Sports Men's Soccer Championship. Et par Protocase, fier partenaire en titre du championnat de soccer masculin U-Sport de 2023.